Hey guys, I was getting on YouTube to do something totally random, and then I saw on my somebody I subscribed to posted this video, so I'm posting this as a video response. I don't know how to say his name. It's Aspergian Star 2009. He just posted this video today about Stephen Moffat's capabilities as showrunner of Doctor Who. Now, I've basically stated before how I feel about Moffat, and I feel like now, and the only reason why I decided to make this video was because, um, you're all attacking him for being a minority and all this bullshit. Well, maybe we are a minority. I've definitely felt that way on Tumblr, but I still just want to go ahead and kind of say a few words. How I feel about Moffat. Now, I can still remember the very first time I saw The Empty Child and Dr. Dances. And when I saw Blink, I was sick when I saw those series 1 episodes that Moffat wrote, and I was laying in bed. It was my first time watching through. I had already seen all of season 2 of Doctor Who, so my mom bought me season 1 and season 2 on DVD, and I was sitting there watching through them, and I loved them. I thought they were really well written, and you can really relate to the characters and their emotional struggle, especially the character of Nancy. I love the character of Nancy, and it introduced Captain Jack, and Captain Jack is my guy. So there's that. Season 2, Girl in the Fireplace, it was okay. Like, I love France and everything about it. So, I like the history behind that. But other than that, I'm not really, it's not a bad episode, but I'm also not very fond of it. However, there are rules Moffat set down in Girl in the Fireplace that he then later broke in the Christmas Carol episode, which to this day bothers the crap out of me. So then there's, Blink. Phenomenal episode. I also still remember seeing that for the very first time and sitting in my living room on my sofa, absolutely terrified out of my mind. And I was sitting in the dark, and I have a statue right outside my bedroom window. So I was terrified to go to sleep that night. And then my friend made me watch it with her again when she got home from work that night because she was terrified to watch it by herself. So, and I got into coupling because I still think it's an amazing show. It was an amazing show, very well written. Jack Davenport is phenomenal, and it was really funny writing. However, there's a difference between writing a romantic sitcom and then writing a sci-fi show that has so many rules. There's no rules with sitcoms, so it doesn't matter if, he says something that doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, it might matter a little bit, but it doesn't matter if there's plot holes in a sitcom than whereas if there's plot holes in a sci-fi show. I'm sorry, but that matters to me. And this person who I'm posting this video response to summed it up very well. Moffat is a phenomenal writer when he is guided by an expert hand, but when he is writing by himself and trying to pull ideas and pull bullshit out of his head, it just doesn't work. Doctor Who went from being my all-time favorite show to being about 3rd or 4th on my list. It's somewhere, it's they're fighting for True Blood to have that 3rd spot. Torchwood and Fringe are my 2 top favorite shows now. It used to be Doctor Who and Torchwood, but I can't honestly call Doctor Who my favorite TV show anymore because of how downhill it's gone. And I honestly believe Moffat's killing it. And, what was the other thing I wanted to say about this? Yes, and also, and I've voiced this so many times, you guys probably all hate me, I am so sick and done and tired of the River Song plotline. It's old, it's boring, alright, we got it, we know who she is, end of story. Her being married to the Doctor was so disturbing that I don't accept it. I don't care if it's canon, I do not accept it, because the Doctor is not supposed to be married. The Doctor's supposed to be, like, this lone figure, last of the Time Lords. In the end, it's always just him and his TARDIS by himself. If anything, he should marry the TARDIS, but that's a whole nother thing. Also, I agree, the new Daleks are ridiculous. Somebody tried to offer to buy me, or said something, I think my mom wanted to buy me something that had the new Daleks on it. I hate the new Daleks. They look terrible. And just, I'm pretty sure they're not what the creators of Doctor Who had in mind when they created these oversized pepper pots. I mean, these things used to strike fear into children. I was once working with my dad at the museum where he works in Jersey, and I met this British couple, and the woman remembered being absolutely terrified of Daleks in the 60s and the 70s. But now it's just, what's to be scared of? It's that line from Dalek. What are you going to do, sucker me to death? Like, there's nothing intimidating about them. At least when they were those black and gold and silver, they had those solitary kind of figures. Well, not really silver, but the black and gold Daleks. They had like this solitary, like, thing about them, ominous colors that could strike fear. But now you're just like, So then, also, I agree. Can we have some more storylines that don't take place on Earth? I love Amy and Rory, and I love them as a couple, and I love the Doctor. I agree, him working in a shop in season 6 was phenomenal, and it was hilarious, and James Corden is great, and I will always be all for James Corden coming back. But please give us some more alien planets and just more aliens. And like season 5, I felt like out of 13 episodes in a season, there was only maybe 4 or 5 I actually liked. The only really gut-wrenching one is series 5 was Vincent and the Doctor. That episode was so beautifully written, and it was carried out well. And with series 6, all of my favorite episodes from series 6 were not written by Moffat. Favorite episode from series 6 was The Doctor's Wife, and that episode was so beautiful, and it had this nice little reference to Tennant era that was just gorgeous, and it made me cry. And Moffat era has never made me cry. So there's that. And maybe I am in a minority when it comes to Moffat hating. I did used to like him. I can't stand him now. He bothers the crap out of me. And every time I see his picture or something, I just kind of want to punch him in the face, because to me, he ruined one of the best things of my teenage years. And that's all there really is to it. I honest to God feel as if he ruined one of the best things from my teenage years. I was 12, almost 13 when I started watching it, and now I'm 18, almost 19. So, and again, it's like what the person said who I'm posting this as a video response to. Classic Who was some of the most amazing written television, and obviously they had to have been doing something right if they went X amount of years without having special effects and all these computer and CGI and everything. That show had to be backed up by the good writing. If it hadn't had the good writing, we wouldn't have Doctor Who now, because it would have bombed. But you had phenomenal actors, and yes, the actors on series and Moffat era are phenomenal. The actors in RTD era were phenomenal. I don't really like Alex Kingston, but that's another thing. But Classic Who had great writing, great actors, character emphasis, and they really made you believe the characters. Whereas with series 6 and series 5, I don't really have that much emotional attachment to the character. The most emotional attachment I have to any character would be the Doctor, and that's only carrying over from my David Tennant era. And I am posting this as someone who's a fan of David Tennant, but I kind of am glad that he's off the show right now, just because if Moffat had still taken over but David had remained the Doctor, I probably would have been really upset and wouldn't be able to look at David the same way anymore. So that's that. And honestly, if you say the minority doesn't matter, then leave the minority alone. You're allowed to have your opinions. We're allowed to have our opinions. You say tomato, I say tomato. So that's that. I hope you all have a good night. Bye.